What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week. I am in a hotel room in Cincinnati because I spent the last 4 days or so on a trip for Beat the Creek. But I'm flying back today, but I won't be back home until quite late. So trying to kind of stagger this work throughout my travel day to try and get you guys the news still on time. So with that, if you enjoy the Scale News Update regularly, hit the like button. Let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, the topic of Axial Fest Badlands in Europe, as well as other Horizon events being canceled. Now, we talked about last week how odd the Badlands stuff was being communicated, which I didn't necessarily think was that crazy just because Horizon's communication on events is usually not great anyway, but this was exceptionally bad. And then an hour or two after the news went live, that announcement was made by Horizon that Axial Fest Badlands and Axial Fest Europe were both being canceled, as well as RC Fest and Armageddon. The only one that has not been canceled at this point, as far as I'm aware, is Proline by the Fire. So Proline by the Fire is still on at this point. Looking forward to that. But it is unfortunate, the timing and how it was canceled. Again, there was a lot of uncertainty already. People didn't exactly know what was going on. People didn't have tickets for reservations they had already made, and there was just all kinds of craziness. And then that post went up. The other weird part with that is the post went up, and the comments were obviously people were not happy to see it, not happy to see how it was handled. But then the posts were also deleted pretty quickly. And then new posts went back up, but with comments turned off. So there was no commenting available on the posts that were made. So the only comments that were happening were from the shares that were getting sent to other pages that people could then comment on. Turning off the comments on the post was, I don't know. It feels like one of those things like you just gotta put it up there and take the licks, take the outcome as it's going to go. But it was a decision that was made. I don't love that, of course, don't like that the events were canceled. I don't ever like to see events being canceled. The timing of it also seems pretty unfortunate, how close it was, reservations and travel plans, all these things that people have made that are now affected by that. Horizon did say that if you booked rentals through whoever they were handling with, there was a 50% deposit on that was non-refundable, but Horizon negotiated with them, I assume, and as everyone's getting their money back on those rentals, which is nice. I imagine that Horizon had to make some sort of concessions with them to make that happen. So whatever they had to do, or if the people just agreed to do it, whoever made that happen did some good work. But that doesn't necessarily cover the people who booked outside from whatever other reservations, things like that. They could be outside of their cancellation window. They could, depending on who or what, but it just sucks. Don't love that, Horizon did give an explanation of why with, market uncertainty and this and that. It all seems to stem from the concerns of the market and how, things will go from there. Being how close it is, I wish that they would have been able to find a way to make that event just happen, but that's easy to say from this side of the table, I guess. But there was a lot of really upset people, which is understandable. It was also canceled very close in proximity to when Beat the Creek was happening, so shifting plans to make that trip happen instead likely was going to be impossible, regardless if that was maybe it could have been something that saved a little mental health with the weekend that we had. But nonetheless, it's just unfortunate, and I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be pretty upset that is the case. As I said, though, Proline by the Fire still planned to happen at this point, so let's look forward to that and hope that everything is good by then. Speaking of Beat the Creek, this is the end of my trip from there. We were from Thursday to Monday was my trip for that. It was an experience this year. If you saw any of the content from it, from people posting up things, it was a wild, rainy, mud pit mess. Oh my God. With that being said, Friday, the weather was good and we had an absolute blast. Ton of people. I didn't get to run any trails on Friday, but some of the other guys did and had an absolute just blast with it. And then the rain just kept coming, and it kept coming harder, and things got nastier and deeper and muddier, and it was insanity. I can't believe that the staff that was there was able to keep things moving like they were. Like, there was long lines to get in. People had to wait a long time just because of the sheer volume of people and vehicles coming in with trailers and campers, and unreal. But when the mud kept getting worse and deeper and deep, they were able to still keep things moving because they had so much equipment on tractors, just pulling car constantly, never stopping. Unreal that they were able to keep everything going like they did. I can't say enough about how much work that was for those guys and girls. Amazing the whole time. Even through all of the rain and the mud and I met a ton of awesome people, a ton of super respectful kids that were, obviously raised by some of those great people. For the conditions, how everybody was handling it, still out there, still coming through booths. We still had tons of traffic, met tons of people, bunch of photos. It was amazing. I can't say enough about all the people that came and said hello and that we got to talk to, hang out for the weekend. Fantastic time. Next, a quick touch back on that HPI Nano TTR, the little tabletop racer, the 164 scale, Hot Wheels size RC car. Last week that came out, that got posted, and HPI was like it felt like they were a little bit behind on maybe getting the listings or the info or whatever out to whoever, because when people were following links that were to the things, it was pulling up the 110 scales, and it looks so close to the 110 scale that people were freaking out thinking that this thing was $300, because that's what you would search, that's what would pop up, and it looked appropriate, so you just didn't even notice that it was. Anyway, those are listed as available, or they're popping up on the sites now from HPI, everything like that. You can see proper pricing. You can get those things for $129 for the full RTR setup, or you can get it for $89 if you want the vehicle only, in case you already have a radio. Now, they list 2 compatible HPI radios. I don't know if that's a protocol that is available on anything else, whether it be like a Radio Master 4-in-1 or whatever. I don't know what protocol it runs exactly, if there is any compatibility across things, but available now for those 129 RTR, 89 for the car only. Also, all the spare parts and things like that were also recently listed, so you can get replacement gear sets, axles, wheels, tires, and you can also get new body sets. Now, currently they're only listing the body set that came on there, that old school Mustang. Interestingly enough, though, so an unpainted body set for it, which is like wheels as well, the body, the glass, the plastic glass that goes in the car. $37.50 for the body set, which is a lot. You can get a painted one, which comes full, like the factory livery, green wheels on it, $50. That's a lot for a body set on that. I was pretty surprised to see that pricing. Might just strip down the stock one and paint that if you're really into it. But if you break it, just be prepared that it is not a cheap body set. I want to thank YouMagine for sponsoring this month of the Scale News Update. YouMagine is a site that is RC 3D printable files, but from some amazing designers, and there's some amazing projects on there. The project that I'm showing you this week is from Elvis RC, and it's a fully printed, like body set, but it's not just a body set. It's almost like a 75% printed RC car. You're just kind of adding some of the drivetrain components underneath of it, and they look very impressive, very, very outside the norm when you see them in person. So I also saw Matt use one of these and downscale it, put it on a 1/24th scale. So go check out some of his projects and a ton of the other ones that exist over on YouMagine. And again, don't forget to use that code BTC25. And also, can you imagine all of the content that's on the channel membership side? Segue. I'm only going to use that one once. It's going to be hard because that was a pretty good one. Anyway, channel membership helps support the channel a little bit extra videos behind the scenes, but like BTC when I was out here, I just threw up basically all of the clips that I shot throughout the day that were just candid, ridiculous things that maybe aren't fully appropriate for the channel. Just went up there. So if you're interested in any of that, just tomfoolery, you can check that out. Also, you get Afternoons Delight, which is an extension of this show where we kind of go back over topics, talk again a little bit more candidly as things go. But again, if you're interested, there's a link down in the description below. You can check that out. Thanks to all of you who watch regardless. Don't forget this Wednesday, livestream takeover. Be back, regular action, be home. Lots to recap. So much happened on this trip. So no shortage of things to discuss. Looking forward to that. And we'll see you guys on that show very shortly. Again, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Then if you work for an RC company, like to see any of your products on the Scale News Update, you can shoot me an email at news@harleydesigns.com. Include a photo, a description, and a link to your website, where or when they'll be available. Love to take a look at that, see if we can get on the Scale News, talk to a ton of vendors at Beat the Creek. So I'm sure we'll get to see some new stuff on here soon from them also. Another one that we talked about quite some time ago is from Biddy Designs, and that is their new rock crawler bodies. They had a couple of different styles that had different bed configurations, ones that were a little bit more desert race, ones that were a little bit more stock-ish. But those are now available in the States from YouMagine, and they also have all of the other components and accessories that Biddy Designs was showing at the time, including the interior and all of the molded interior bits that go with that, if you would like to kind of fully detail that out. 2 different body styles, the interior, race seats, steering wheel, mirrors, a bunch of that stuff. So if you liked the look of that but didn't want to shop, have them imported from Italy, I believe is where they're coming from, check that out. Now available on YouMagine. And if you're interested in any of the CAD or 3D printing side of things, I did upload the first edited version of STL Sunday on Sunday. So that's up now. You can check that out if you ever thought about wanting to get into, Fusion a little bit more, or just using some of the, thought process for a different CAD package. If that's what you're after, it would probably still have some application to you. So go check that out. That is live as well. But that does it for this week's news topics. End of last week, I had a little thing up about my friend Jerry Justice, and unfortunately, we lost him this weekend. So it was a quick battle, which is rough. Jerry was a great dude. He got a ton of people into the hobby. He built over 2,000 chassis that are spread throughout. For a little dude, he made a big mark. I'm glad he was my friend, and this week, just call somebody you haven't called in a while. Say what's up. But that's going to do it for this week's Scale News. Appreciate all you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.